All right, you guys having a fun time? I'm having a fun time. You guys ready for next comedian? Get excited. Get your hands up for your next comedian. Next guy coming to the stage, I am very excited because I've been laughing with him since he got here earlier. Put your hands together for Dr. Don.
Hey guys, I am excited to be here. Not crazy excited like Pat with his final countdown thing. At my age, it's kind of dangerous. I know Joey thinks he's old, but I got a kid brother who makes him look young. I am excited to be here, and you know, at my age, this is what passes as excitement. I'm operating at about a 9 right now. I've got my designer Depends on just in case it gets crazy. And I know you don't want me to go to 10 because somebody's going to have to dial 911. So this is what excitement looks like for me. And I am happy to be here. I'm from Rochester, New York. I came down actually today. Last night I was in the Chicago area at a show. It was, so my wife and I got up at the crack of dawn, got in the car, came down here. I'm a bit beat, but I'll tell you, driving for us is a family affair. It's a team effort. I man the controls, and my wife Stephanie sits in the comfort of the passenger side seat and tells me exactly how to do it. 10.5 hours the entire time. She's exhausted at the end of it. And I gotta tell you, I don't know if anybody knows the Chicago area, but we were on the Dan Ryan Expressway at 6 a.m. I mean, it's crazy. It's absolutely stupid crazy. It's vehicular anarchy. So my wife's the entire time telling me what to do. And then she starts demonstrating the driving. Anybody been there? Slamming on the brakes. I'm looking over there. She's like some psychotic fucking mind trying to drive the car. So anyway, we made it. And if you ask her, she'll tell you we made it simply because she was in the car. Well, you know, I appreciate her. She's actually a godsend behind the wheel. Well, never behind the wheel, but anywhere in proximity to the wheel. You know, it's perfectly fine for me teaching a guy how to drive who's actually been doing it for 60 years. So it's all good. I'm here. One of the reasons I came tonight is something rather big and personal. A milestone in my life's about to happen, and I thought, you know what? Let me go to church and share it with a bunch of strangers in pews who probably don't give a shit anyway. So this weekend, Sunday, I think Sunday, I'm going to check when I get home just to make sure, but I'm going to be celebrating 55 years of marriage. Yeah, 5 different wives, but the years have been consecutive. I mean, I don't necessarily deserve the applause, but let me tell you, I earned it. You know, you do 55 years, that's not really true. Same woman, all 55 years. I met my wife Stephanie when she was in grade school and I was in high school. Which, by the way, if there's anybody young in here, you cannot do that anymore. You just can't. The grade schools all got cameras. You're not going to find a date in the schoolyard, but you're going to get plenty of opportunities in the prison yard if you try. You do 55 years of anything, and everybody wants to know how. You know, I was at a show maybe a month ago in Milwaukee, and some 30-something millennial type sitting in the front row. It's always the guys in the front row. We got to run. Nobody's in the front row here, so I'm safe tonight. But we were talking. We got around to the anniversary that's coming up. And this guy raises his hand. Now, I can't see you guys, but are there any teachers in here? No. Well, I'll tell you what. To a teacher, if a kid raises his hand, it's like cocaine. You cannot get enough of it. So this guy, we're in a club. I mean, there's 150 people in here. This guy raises his hand. And I'm like, well, you know, I got to stop. I said, dude, yeah, You got a question? Stand up, share it with the crowd. So this guy actually stands up and he says, Doc, what's it like being married for 50 years? I mean, you know, you want to be helpful, you want to be positive, you want to give him something. So I said, I'll tell you what, buddy, every day is just a fucking holiday. It really is. I am living the dream right up until I get home and the nightmares start. Now, he laughed, chuckled, thought I was kidding, you know, being a comedian and all. And I mean, I guess I was, kind of, sort of, a little. And he said, no, what I really mean is, what's it like being with the same woman for 55 years? And he gives me one of these double winks. I mean, you meet all kinds of people in this business, right? So I'm thinking, all right, what I got here is either a spaz with a serious eye problem or a sicko millennial perv with a geriatric sex porn fetish. So I said, dude, you know what? Imagine leaving a piece of cheese on the kitchen table for 55 years. The smell's going to get a little funky. And while the finest cheeses improve with age, nibbling on it's decidedly an acquired taste. Yeah, and I got a lot of that, oh, too, and some woman starts screaming at me from the back of the room, and it's pitch black, just like it is in here. She starts yelling, you nasty, creepy old boomer, you got any idea what a 75-year-old sausage tastes like? I said, well, no ma'am, I don't. And I'll tell you, this is a club. We're supposed to be having a good time. You could have heard a pin drop. Everybody just went silent. It's like one of those comic movies. Head swirled to her. Then they turned back to me to look for an answer, right? And she wouldn't stop. She said, you know what? Let me tell you, it's not all lipstick and lollipops, Mr. Funny Man Comedian. Do you have any, let me ask you, she says, why don't you imagine leaving a Nathan's Famous all-beef ballpark Frank in the cheap seat sun for extra innings? It used to be plump and juicy. You know what you got now, Mr. Funny Man? I'm like, I got no words. I'm just standing there like me, just listening to her. She said, I'll tell you what you got now. You got nothing but a shriveled up old dick the size of a cocktail weenie. There ain't enough chili cheese in this entire stadium to make that dog stand up and bark. And she's still not done. She said, you know what I gotta do to make that dong go ding? I gotta use two hands. And when that doesn't work, I gotta get up out of bed, go down to the garage, get a battery and a pair of jumper cables. I've killed 2 car batteries trying to make that shaft crank and get the engines to roar. And I'll tell you what, people, I couldn't see a thing. The place was dead silent. But I will tell you one thing, after 55 years of marriage, I'll recognize that voice anywhere. And that's what I got for you tonight. 50-plus anniversary parable. It's a cautionary tale for anybody out there who's... All right, thank you very much. You guys are great. You actually got a great audience.
Keep going, Dr. Don.